Hello class, today we'll be going over how to construct confidence intervals to estimate a population proportion. To do that, we will be in section 7.1 on number 2. Use the sample data and confidence level given below to complete parts A through D. A research institute poll asked respondents if they felt vulnerable to identity theft. In the poll, N equals 1,111 and X equals 510, who said yes. Use a 95% confidence level. So part A asks us to find the best point estimate of the population proportion P. They're asking us to find a P hat. To find P hat, we use the formula P hat equals X over N. The reading told us that X was 510 and that N was 1,111. They did ask me to round to 3 decimal places on here, so plug that in the calculator and you get 0.459. Part B asked me to identify the value of the margin of error E. The margin of error E has another formula. Since we have a population proportion here, we'll be using the Z table, or using the formula Z sub alpha over 2 times a square root of P hat times Q hat divided by N, and make sure all of that is under that square root. Now we can start filling in what we know. The reading told me that alpha was 0.05, so we have Z sub 0.05 over 2 times the square root. We know that P hat is 0.459. We got that from part A. To find Q hat, it's just 1 minus P hat, 1 minus 0.459. And the reading gave us that N equals 1,111. So let's go ahead and figure out what that would be equal to. That would be equal to Z sub 0.025. All I did was 0.05 divided by 2 times the square root of 0.459, that didn't change, times 0.541 all over 1,111. Make sure all 3 of those numbers are under the square root. Now we can look in our Z table, look for that 0.025 alpha, which would be 0.975 inside the Z table. We find that to be 1.96, and we're going to multiply that by that same square root as earlier, by the square root of 0.459 times 0.541 all over 1,111. When we plug this into the calculator, we get 0.0293. And that's what our margin of error is equal to. Now for part C, they want us to construct the confidence interval. The formula for the confidence interval is P hat minus E less than P less than P hat plus E. Now you could just put all of this into this formula at once, but since we already found out what P hat and E were from parts A and B, let's just plug those numbers in. So we get 0.459 minus 0.0293 is less than P, which is less than 0.459 plus 0.0293. When we can plug this into the calculator, and we get that 0.430 is less than P, which is less than 0.488. And I'm going to let you answer part D by yourself on your homework. If you have any questions about how we got any of these numbers or read the table, please contact me through course messaging or feel free to post a question on the discussion board.